out here for a groundbreaking. Given a lot of thought to where I was going to put a structure, but still haven't come to anything conclusive yet. I'm debating like a couple spots now, and I wanted to keep moving forward. And so one of the things that I'm going to need is a garden, and so I bought some vegetable plants of various kinds, some peppers, squash, a little chamomile, some chives, and I'm going to square off an area out here and see if I can get something to grow. So I'll keep you posted on that. Tune back in here. This is the area that I've chosen. It's a small clearing. Looks like it's got some water that's going to run nearby when it rains. But there's a little high point that I'm not sure if you can see here. So this is going to be the spot. I'll just, there's not much to clear, so we'll clear it, put up the fence, and plant the plants. Okay, so let's see. Got my gear here, a little fencing, an axe, a little shovel, and some stakes. And so the idea, a little square enclosure in here with the potting soil, with the plants in. So this is the groundbreaking. Welcome to it. This is certainly a moment I've been waiting for 25 years. So pretty excited. But here we go. Still recording? Yeah. This is my shovel. You see that there? And break ground. Let's break some ground, boy. Ready? Oops, ready? Okay. That's some ground. Well, I guess the sand breaking in this case, because it's not ground. I got ground, sand. But there we go. Yay! I have driven the first spike. Yes, there it is. So now what I'm going to do is oops, back out here. So now what I'm going to do is take some string, pull it along until I get about 10 feet, set the other one. This way I can see if I'm keeping them straight or not. Okay, well, I've got my stakes in here. See that? I didn't bring a tape measure with me, but that's reasonably square. Enough for a garden, at least. So, actually, looks like I need to move a little edge out a little bit more. But in general, I used a wrap used for boating, which is to go, you run the line around the pole, go over, around, go under, go over the top, and so then when it pulls tight, it's got two ends, two parts of the line pinching against the main part, and it keeps it tight. So when it pulls, it gets tighter actually, and it also will come apart quickly. So that's why I use that. So move the pole out a little bit, and then we'll get started with the garden. Okay, now that I've got my stakes driven here, you can see now I'm going to go ahead and put the fence on. Just here, just a little rabbit fence. I got it at a local hardware store. One note, I guess you notice some little plastics and stuff here. That all gets packed out. I'm not a litter bug. I see a lot of litter on the property that's going to have to be cleaned up, and that's unfortunate. It's sad that people can't bother to pick up after themselves when they're out enjoying nature. So, but just so you know, anyway. So now I'm going to start putting up the fence. I'll just check in with you here. You can see I'm putting the fence up. You can see that whole thing there. And it's come along. You know, I made some mistakes. I bought these shorter poles. Trying to save a quarter. Stupid. So my poles are too short. This fence, I think, is, you know, just sort of a keeping the honest animals honest, as it were. There is such a thing, because I'm not going to bury it. So I think, you know, rabbits will probably dig underneath it. But, you know, it just gives me something to do when I come out here next time. So, anyway, that's where we're at now. Okay, well, I got 3 corners of the fence up, and I'm going to leave 1 corner off for working. But you can get an idea here what we got going. And got some plants there and some potting soil and some water. Plants are a couple of different kinds of peppers, a bit like a fajita and an orange pepper, chives, a little chamomile, some squash, and so we'll plant it, and we'll see what grows. You know? So here we go. Well, I got the plants in here. There they are. What a mighty garden. You know, actually just more of a test case, really. And this is why everything is not done, you know, end all be all. Could use longer poles, could use more poles, should have buried them. But we'll see what happens. Now, as you can see, it's pretty hot out here. I mean, I've been out here for a couple hours, and I'm just from fried, you know. And I've given the soil about 3 gallons of water, just right in that area. But it's gonna dry off in, you know, no time. So what I'm gonna do is take some of the cover and put some of the original cover back to try and protect the roots from the sun. Okay, so as you can see, I've covered the area now with some of the dead pine needles to try to keep the roots safe and to keep that moisture that I put down there as long as possible, so it doesn't, you know, doesn't get burned off. So that's the garden. We'll gonna come back next week and see what's left. Let's get a overall big shot of what I got here. And then it's really, you know, just that little tiny area. But this is as much a psychological, sociological experiment, really, as anything. So there it is. Also, if we were to take a walk to the garden, it would be, see, here's where the Jeep is parked. So we would be going not really very far in. Remember this tree here? Right there is the one of the sites I'm considering. And then we turn here and have the garden.